So for today's video, it can be very useful to have a little blanket, and a bolster might also be useful because we're going to do a couple of stretches in which we want to be able to let go. And in order to let go, you have to be able to release the tension in your muscles, and sometimes that requires that you take the support of some props such as bolster, blankets, pillows, rolled up quilt, whatever you have close to hand. So we're going to start today in a straddle position. So if when you sit, if you get some collapsing in your low back, you can actually use blanket to elevate the hips a little bit, and this can make it easier to get a nice neutral pelvis as your starting position. So I'm going to face the front camera so that you can see how I'm going to go into the pose. Now, if you find that your hamstrings are very tight when you come into this position, you can also take two blankets and just place them under your knees so that it's a little bit softer. Now, what we're focusing on is the adductor muscles on the insides of the legs. So we really want to be able to let them relax and let go. So if you need something under your knees, you can do that. Now, I'm just going to do this without anything under the knees. And today we're going to take our straddle to one side and then the other. Now, the thing to note is that these adductor muscles come up and they attach onto the pubic bone. So these muscles are connecting to the pelvic floor through your connective tissue. And when you take these positions, particularly when you go for the side positions, you're actually giving everything a little bit of a stretch. So everything within the pelvic floor. And it can be useful to do this for other conditions as well. So if you suffer from pelvic pain, if you have any tension going on in the pelvic floor, hypertonicity, prostatitis, any condition that has tension, this can be a little helpful. So we're going to start coming to the right side, and you can place a bolster if you want to have something to rest down onto, or you can just allow yourself to rest down. I'm going to use the bolster here. So for this, we're going to just allow ourselves first to come forward. You can make a little pillow with your hands. And I can use, of course, a second or even a third bolster if you need to. What I want you to do is allow yourself to relax forward without lifting the sitting bone off the ground on the opposite side. And if you'll notice that my feet are soft, so I'm not holding myself up. I really just want to be relaxed. And if it's too much to come all the way down, you have a bolster. You can make like a little thing to rest onto, so almost like a little platform to rest onto instead of resting down. And we're just going to take about 2 minutes on this side, so just starting to allow yourself to relax down. And as you relax into this position, start to just let go of the tension on the insides of your legs. As you release and relax, you might notice that your knees are releasing a little from the floor. If you have some tightness in your hamstring, then this very often happens. Allow your shoulders to relax, make sure you're not holding tension, and allow the breath to be soft and natural. And as you're breathing, I want you to allow yourself to breathe into your pelvic floor. So working in the reverse Kegel. So as you inhale, just allow the pelvic floor to stretch as you relax and allow the breath almost to move down into the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, allowing yourself to relax a little deeper. Inhaling, bringing air into your lungs, feeling that moving towards the pelvic floor. Exhaling, allowing yourself to relax. So keep this nice, relaxed motion and just allow your body to rest forward. And you'll just notice that as time passes, the weight of your torso becomes heavier. Maybe your body rests a little deeper down into the bolster. And that's just let it happen. Try to be soft on the inside of your legs. You probably feel tension around the insides of your legs. Just notice where you feel the tension and keep letting go as much as possible. Let go of all your tension. Noticing where the breath goes when you inhale. Are you allowing it to come down to the pelvic floor? Try to allow your pelvic floor to be long, long and soft. And then we're gently just going to bring some energy into the hands, bringing the fingertips onto the floor and very, very slowly, very mindfully start to bring yourself up. Slowly pushing yourself back up, coming to the center. And we're just going to take this to the opposite side. So now you'll feel that there's a little bit of openness here. You would have felt some opening on the other side as well, but it's quite deep in the pelvic floor on this side when you take this stretch. And we're going to do the same thing now on the other side. If you have any tension along the sides of your body, you may feel it opening here as well. So as we prepare to come to the other side, just notice what you feel as you start to release yourself forward. Remember that you can use the bolster as a high prop if that's what you need, or allow yourself to come a little more forward. And if you felt that there was any excess pressure, I mean, you can use a blanket or something underneath you as you allow yourself to relax forward. So coming down, coming to where it's comfortable, you can make a little pillow with your hands if you want to. Remember, just let the feet hang out, let the legs be soft. Everything is very relaxed and gentle here. And then first bring the attention to the shoulders. Let the shoulders relax. Let them be heavy. Allow the body to just rest and notice where it goes. You can see that my body wants to move a little more towards the center when I relax on this side. And just allow yourself to let go of the tension. Now, you may feel now we're on the left leg, you may feel a lot of tension in the back of the leg, or maybe not. It should feel quite open on the right side after having stretched there. Notice how it feels on your spine. Try to allow everything to be soft. Let your shoulders be soft and your hips. And then notice your breath. Allow your breath to come in through the nose and allow the gentle expansion of your pelvic floor as you inhale. As you're exhaling, just let everything relax. Let everything be soft. Inhaling and allowing the gentle expansion, the lengthening of the pelvic floor. Exhaling. Try to let go of tension. Let your body relax as much as it wants to. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. One more deep inhalation. And as you're exhaling, allowing the weight of your body to surrender. Notice how it feels through the pelvic floor. Can you be soft? Is there any extra little bit of tension that you can let go of in this position? We're just going to take another few little moments here, trying to balance out the body after having taken that stretch on the other side. And then gently bring some energy into your fingers, gently press into your hands, gently take yourself back up to the center. And then just give the shoulders a little roll. So we have now taken the stretch on both the left and the right side. So you should be feeling a little bit of openness on the adductor muscles. Now we're going to go for another stretch. And for the next one, rather than lifting the legs with energy, use your hands and just help the legs in. So we want to just take them in and we just give them a little hug for a second. So it's always nice to reset a little before we move on. So we're just going to prepare. We're going to take ourselves around to the side. So we're going to go for a pose that's known as Vaginismus. And for that, we're going to take the feet nice and close to the body. Now here you can see that again, we are opening. We're trying to get the adductors to stretch a little. Now if, like me, your knees are quite far from the floor, it can be nice to take the little blanket and to just sit up onto the blanket, and it just allows you, if you slide your sitting bones just a little bit off it, and that just allows the legs to come a little more open. And what we're going to do here is we're going to allow ourselves to forward fold. So as you do this, I want you to imagine that your pelvis is staying in the one place. So just let your pelvis hang out where it is. And then you're going to allow your rib cage to come forward. Now you'll feel the opening here on the insides of the legs. And as you do that, you're just going to let your hands come down towards the floor and let your head hang. So we're trying as much as possible to release the upper body. Now, if this is too much on your adductors, you have the option of taking a bolster in front of you. You can also, once again, make a little platform onto which you can rest. So do what it is that you need to in order to allow yourself to rest forward in this position. And as we relax into this position, I want you to bring your awareness to the insides of your legs. Let your head hang, let your belly hang, and send softness to the insides of your legs. Try to be as relaxed as possible. Try to let go of the weight of your rib cage, allowing it to surrender forward. And as you're letting go, allowing your pelvic floor to be really soft, allowing your belly to hang, and almost letting gravity take you. So as you relax, you'll notice the gentle pull on the connective tissue as the body gently starts to release. So your connective tissue, a little like plastic, stretches slowly. It has elastic properties. It recoils slowly as well. But if you can allow yourself to rest here, you get a really deep stretch on the adductors and a really nice opening of the pelvic floor. We're not going to be here for much longer. Try to be even more soft. Try to relax your shoulders. Shoulders are a reflection of your hips. So if you can relax your shoulders and relax your hips at the same time, you can increase the overall relaxation through the body. Then we gently bring some energy into the fingers. Very, very slowly we come up. So almost as slowly as we allowed ourselves to come down. So very gently. We move with grace. We move with ease. We're going to take the hands around the legs and we're going to very gently bring the legs up. Now, we're going to take the blanket, if you have one, out from underneath the backside and just move the bolster out of the way so we can go for a little butt massage. So come down onto your elbows and then take the knees from one side over to the other. So this, you get to roll over your glutes. My glutes are rather sore. I've been doing some very strong glute exercises today, so I can really feel this and I really need it, but it's quite nice to do this. It's like a little counter pose after all that adductor lengthening. And slow that down and come to a stop. And then we're going to go for a little twisting pose. So taking yourself down so that you're lying flat on your back. Just make sure that I don't pull out my microphone. Oops. Do I switch it off? No. Sorry about that. Let's just fix it to the side. So we're going to take the left leg, so seal the knee, bring it in nice and close to the chest. The right foot is on the floor. We're going to just bring the leg so that it rotates. We're going to allow the inside of your ankle to rest on the top of your knee, and we're going to get nice and comfortable with the shoulders, and then we're just going to allow the legs to drop over to the right side. Now in this position you can just use your hand to take a little bit of support here. And then I just want you to relax in this position. So just try to allow the legs to relax, and you'll notice a little bit of compression here in this position through the pelvic floor. Very, very gentle compression. So after having stretched it out, we're now going for a more compressive pose. This is giving a chance for a recoil, a gentle recoil of everything that we've just been opening. It's also giving a little bit of length on one side. And from here, then we're just going to take ourselves back up to the center. You can draw that knee in, give it a little squeeze, release it down. We're going to go for the opposite side. So give it a little squeeze, and we're going to flex the foot. We're going to just again place the foot so that the ankle is just above the knee. So you don't want the joint itself, you want the space just above the ankle to rest on the knee. And then we're going to take that over to the opposite side. So just allow it to rest. You can again use your hand for a little bit of support. And then start to relax. And as you relax here, just notice that you can feel that little bit of compression on the opposite side. So it's quite a nice little stretch. So we get a stretch along one side of the floor, a little compression along the other side, and a nice movement of the tissues within the pelvic floor, getting everything ready for opening. So we take a little moment here, nice and relaxed. And then we're going to take ourselves back up to the center. We're going to hug that knee in towards the chest, and then we're going to go for our happy baby pose. So just reach around, grab the outsides of your feet, and then try to keep the sacrum, so the base of the spine, try to bring it towards the floor. And as you gently bring the sacrum down towards the floor, try to bring the knees underneath the shoulders and just give yourself a little rock here. So this is a nice opening and a really, really good opening to do before you go for your dilation. Now, as you're doing this, I want you just to feel the relaxation in your body. Just feel softness in your body. And then you can slow this down. And then we are ready. So at this point, I would use pillows. There is another video, I will put a link up above showing how you can do the dilation. But you can place the pillows underneath your legs, and you should now have a good opening here and a good opening of the pelvic floor. Now, be kind and compassionate with yourself as you give yourself the grace of time to allow everything to open.